Parking, big closet.
There's too much pressure in the bathroom.
Hey, good luck with the future in-laws tonight.
Don't overthink it.
But don't underthink it.
Don't talk about your cover band. Don't talk about your fantasy team.
Don't talk about your cats.
You're gonna do great.
At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
We do save a lot of money.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Where are you going for dinner? 1987?
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
I have two really healthy, really wonderful kids. Why test my luck?
Mila Kunis revealing she's done. No more kids for her and Ashton Kutcher. They've got two, and that's more than enough.
Well, they have a beautiful family, and we are blessed that they share these stories with us. In fact, listen to what they just revealed.
Oh, boy.
About bath time.
Oh, boy.
I wasn't the
Happening now. As concerns rise along with COVID cases here in Bexar County, what might be changing and what's still off limits?
And after being found guilty of murdering a police officer, Otis McCain attacked a bailiff in the courtroom. Could that attack be used against him in the punishment phase of the trial? A live report from the courthouse next.
Temperatures on the rise a bit. I'll let you know how hot it's going to get and chat about our next little chance of rain in just a few minutes. The News at 5 starts right now.
And we begin with the number of positive COVID-19 cases jumping once again.
The risk in Bexar County jumping from low to moderate. The 7-day average now at 589. Last week it was 363 with no new deaths to report.
Hospitalizations have also increased that number now at 473. On Friday, it was 418. 134 people are in the intensive care unit tonight. 59 are on ventilators. The percentage of staffed hospital beds available in Bexar County is just 5%. And that's not just for COVID patients. That is for anyone who needs to go to the hospital.
And that brings us to this. The CDC now reversing its guidance on masking, recommending that everyone, even fully vaccinated people, return to wearing masks indoors in parts of the country where the virus is surging.
The CDC also recommending indoor masks for all teachers, staff, students, and visitors to school, regardless of vaccination status. The new guidance comes amid a spike in COVID cases across the U.S. The country averaging more than 57,000 cases a day and 24,000 COVID-19 hospitalizations nationwide.
All this coming after the Texas State Teachers Association called on Governor Greg Abbott to allow individual school districts to require masks in their facilities. TSTA President Olivia Molina issuing that statement earlier today, saying in part, quote, if Governor Abbott really cares about the health and safety of Texas students, educators, and their communities, he'll give local school officials and health experts the option of requiring masks in their schools, end quote.
Here in Bexar County, the threat of the Delta variant has prompted more caution from elected and health officials. But will it result in any new requirements in changes or in services? Garrett Berger checked in with officials on what the latest surge of the pandemic could bring along with it.
Masking up may be back in the CDC's recommendations, but mandating it is still out of bounds in Texas. However, a Metro Health spokesman says their recommendations mirror the CDC's and that they recommend vaccinated people wear masks. And, quote, we also recommend that children wear masks when school starts in August, in accordance with CDC's new guidelines. And so does the American Academy of Pediatrics. Metro Health will also be mailing reminder cards to people who still need to get their second vaccine dose. Meanwhile, the mayor and county judge are looking at whether they can make city and county employees either get vaccinated or get tested regularly. The pair released a joint statement saying, quote, we are supportive of the efforts of New York and California. We will be reviewing the legalities and practicalities of requiring a COVID-19 vaccine and/or weekly testing in conformity with CDC guidelines in order to protect the health and well-being of city/county workforce. While city services are remaining open, one councilman has sent his office to work remotely. City Council is on break for another week, but District 9's John Courage says he's still evaluating what he'll do if they're still meeting in person with no mask requirements when they return next week.
If we need to do that online again for a while until things get better, I would say that's something we need to consider as council.
Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
The vaccine requirements aren't just local considerations. The Department of Veterans Affairs requiring certain medical personnel be vaccinated. And in an exchange with reporters today, President Joe Biden says it's under consideration for other federal employees as well. That's an abrupt change for his administration.
Meantime, the push to get people vaccinated here at home continues. The University of the Incarnate Word, Metro Health, and 3 Eastside churches all joining forces to get people vaccinated just in time for the new school year. They're offering Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer shots to those 12 and older.
I don't want to see death anymore. I've seen enough death, and we can prevent this. I know it's a personal choice on whether or not you get the vaccine, but this is not about you. It's about your community, your loved ones, and you don't want to see anyone die unnecessarily.
These clinics are going to continue tomorrow and Thursday at the Greater Corinth Baptist Church. That's in the 500 block of South New Braunfels. They will be open from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The bailiff who was attacked by convicted killer Otis McCain took the stand today during the punishment phase. Jurors also saw surveillance video showing the moments McCain elbowed that bailiff.
Eric Hernandez joins us now live from outside the courtroom with his testimony. We got to relive it all over again from a different angle, Erica.
Yeah, that's right, Ursula. Well, Deputy Isidro Gonzalez took the stand today to recall the moments of what happened before, during, and after McCain hit him. This all happened yesterday after McCain received that guilty verdict. We were live when that incident happened, and it was shown to the jury today as they were not in the courtroom at the time. Deputy Gonzalez said that he asked McCain a couple times to stand up so they could walk him out after noticing he removed his tie and unbuttoned his shirt. He said after getting hit, his biggest concern was the safety of the courtroom.
And what were you concerned about?
Him either trying to take a weapon from one of us and trying to escape. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. You know, he's getting violent. I mean, it's just the safety of everybody else in here.
Now, Gonzalez said even after cuff, they had to pretty much carry McCain to the transport area because he refused to walk and never said a word. Another bailiff who helped restrain McCain during the scuffle also took the stand to give his account of the incident. Now, as far as Otis McCain, to much of our surprise, he came out today without handcuffs, but there was a lot more deputies in the courtroom present today, many of them standing right around him to make sure this does not happen again. Now, we'll have more on testimony that was heard this afternoon at 6. Reporting live from the Cadena Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Thin veil of clouds overhead right now. You can see them in our city cam, our live cam here. Some cirrus clouds moving overhead just adds a little natural SPF to our sky, a little bit. So 93 degrees, our high temperature so far today. That's 3 degrees below average. Every little bit of cloud cover, especially that thin veil, helps mitigate temperatures a little bit, a few degrees. 97 in Lakey now, 94 Eagle Pass, 101 in Del Rio. For the most part, we're in the low to mid 90s locally. 94 Bernie, 93 near Lavernia. This evening, uneventful, temperatures gradually falling through the 80s. We do have a slight chance of rain in the hill country, even a little bit of activity on the radar. We'll take a close look at that, talk about rain chances and heat coming right up.
Thank you, Adam. Today on Capitol Hill, the investigation into the Capitol riot. The January 6th House Select Committee hearing from 4 officers who endured the violence of that day firsthand, shielding members of Congress and their staffs from a violent mob. ABC's Alex Perche on Capitol Hill, where this is all unfolding.
Today, powerful testimony. 4 officers who braved a deadly mob during the January 6th attack on the Capitol, recounting the horrors they endured in front of the House Select Committee.
One man tried and failed to build a rapport with me, shouting, "Are you my brother?" Another takes a different tack, shouting, "You will die on your knees."
No one had ever called me a while wearing the uniform of a Capitol police officer.
The officers candid about the violence they encountered and the trauma they're still suffering.
I sustained injuries on both my hands, my left shoulder, my left calf, and my right foot.
The indifference shown to my colleagues is disgraceful.
For more than 3 hours, they testified and answered questions from the bipartisan group of lawmakers. D.C. Metro Police Officer Fanone at one point watching new body camera footage of himself unconscious.
They beat me. I was struck with a taser device at the base of my skull numerous times. And they continued to do so until I yelled out that I have kids.
Representative Adam Kinzinger, one of 2 Republicans serving on the committee, tearing up while listening.
You guys all talk about the effects you have to deal with, and, you talk about the impact of that day. But you guys won. You guys held.
House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy has bashed the committee and Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
The committee that will ask the questions she wants asked. That becomes a failed committee and a failed report, a sham that no one can believe.
When people say it shouldn't be political, it is. It was and it is. There's no getting around that.
These officers are demanding accountability. Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn drawing the analogy, saying that when a hitman goes to jail for murdering someone, so does the person who hired him. Alex Perche, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
We're keeping an eye on the traffic. Some slowdowns greeting drivers this evening.
Here's our Samuel King with a look at some traffic trouble spots.
Hey there's Steve and Ursula taking a look at the northeast side. This is 35 and 604. Had a disabled vehicle there and some slow traffic in the area. Let's head over here to the big wall, so give you a little better view of this. There's the vehicle there. This has actually been improving here over the past few minutes, so that's a good sign there. Also watching things on 281 north of 1604. Had a crash at Oakland Bend, so that's causing some slowdowns there. Let's take a look at the travel time. 12 minutes now between 1604 and Bulverde Road. If you're heading home, heading up that way, 8 minutes southbound, so watch out for that on the north side. Also 1604, we have our daily delays here. 29 minutes between 281 and Bandera Road, and 18 minutes between Bandera and 281 going the other way. Of course, that major project going on, TxDOT giving its groundbreaking yesterday, and coming up tonight at 6, more on this project and why it's not the only big project coming up here. So we'll tell you more about that at 6. Stephen, Ursula.
Thank you, Samuel. If you wait to gas up your car till it's running on empty, I kind of do that. Listen up. Your fuel gauge might not be as accurate as you think it is. 12 on your side after the break.
If you're one of those drivers like Steve who coasts into the gas station on fumes, listen up. New research shows that those handy dash displays that tell you how many miles until your tank is empty may not always be as accurate as you would like. 12 on your side's Marilyn Morris with a warning that could save you some big inconveniences.
Running on empty. We've all seen the needle flirt with E. Robert Garcia even watches his dash's display of miles to empty count way down.
So I wait till 4, 3, and then we go to a gas station.
74% of people rely on the miles to empty display to decide when to gas up, according to AAA. Risky move.
They're not always entirely accurate.
From now on, have a tank, fill it up.
AAA tested the accuracy of dash displays that estimate fuel economy and range. Overall fuel economy was reasonably correct, though the worst overstated it by more than 6%. But can you trust the miles to empty number? The testing found discrepancies. For example, if you switch from highway driving to city traffic, your car could overestimate your range until it detects the new driving patterns.
AAA found that the accuracy of these systems relied a lot on the driver's driving habits, right?
Whether you're on fumes or you have a full tank, there are ways to stretch a gallon. First, take it easy, don't speed, and avoid jackrabbit starts, and make sure your tires are properly inflated. And instead of relying on dash numbers and dumb luck, AAA says best to fill up when you dip to a quarter of a tank. Have you ever run out of gas?
A long time ago.
And you're not doing that again?
Oh, no. I don't feel like walking.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Been there, done
I just
that.
go with the good old E.
You go with E?
Yeah, if it gets to E, then I know I got a little wiggle room.
You gotta know your equipment. That's what this is. You know, a lot of things in life, you gotta know your equipment and how to use it best, and I think that's one of them. How far does that gauge go?
Yeah, it's like the Seinfeld, you know, how far
It is.
below the slash can I go?
Exactly. Good memories. All right, weather headlines here. Slight chance of rain out there, even this evening in parts of the hill country. Temperatures pretty close to average, so seasonable. And I know we haven't touched on this in a while. We've talking about the tropics. Pretty quick start to the season, but it's very quiet right now. No development within the next couple of days, at least in the tropics. So there's that. Okay, let's get to radar. Take a look at the activity. And you notice a little bit popping up closer to the Gulf coastline, especially closer to Houston as well. But let's go northwest of San Antonio. Look at that. In and around Junction, even along I-10. Some heavy rainfall, a little bit of lightning and thunder. A few thunder showers have popped up, whereas locally we just have some of the high clouds that have been streaming overhead, making it look a little hazy outside. It's mainly just been filtered sunshine. I'd be surprised if this lasts all that much longer, but if you're in Edwards County, far northwestern Kerr, even Rial County and parts of northern Valverde County, can't rule out that isolated brief shower as we go through the evening hours. And if anything, at least some blow-off clouds from that activity. Elsewhere, we've got a little disturbance over Louisiana that's kickstarting some showers there. And then the same swirl in the upper levels we were watching that's moving into parts of Mexico right now, northern Mexico. There's a little counterclockwise circulation here. Obviously, some shower and thunderstorm activity associated with it. That's the exact one that was out over the water yesterday. It's drifting westward. Tomorrow, this and that little swirl in Louisiana will be pushing westward, and they could kick up a few showers, even around here. We're looking at pretty slight chances, though, only about 20%. So 10% today, and you saw there's that shower in the hill country near Junction. Tomorrow, 20%, so maybe a few more, but predominantly dry. Upper level high, the heat dome, that's farther to the north right now, and that's where it's pressing down on them. And because it's to the north, our door is open for those disturbances. They're just not very strong. So 20% tomorrow. And then look at this. We get into next week, Monday, Tuesday time frame, back up to 10-20%. I know that's not significant, not a big deal, but it's the result of a cool front that's going to be dropping into Texas and making its way near us at some point tomorrow. So next week, that could kickstart some showers. I mentioned the upper level high, that's off to the north. I mean, parts of South Dakota, over 100 degrees right now. I mean, we're 93 in San Antonio, Wyoming, parts of Nebraska, the Dakotas, hotter than us right now. They've got the heat dome pressing down on them. Del Rio, 102 officially. 91 in Gonzales, Beeville 94, Cotulla's 96. Dew points dropped off a little bit in the afternoon, as they often do, but you still notice a bit of mugginess out there, and it's offset by the heat, of course. Tomorrow we'll start the day at 75, just like today, make it into the mid-90s, about 94 the high temperature, and there's that 20% chance of an afternoon shower or two. Southeasterly breeze at 5 to 10 miles per hour. You get along the Rio Grande right near 100 tomorrow, especially Del Rio and Laredo. Timberwood Park about 94, Lake Hills 95, and Elmendorf a high of 95. Temperatures warm just a few degrees. I mean, we're talking 97 by Saturday and Sunday, and then there's that potential for a very weak cool front early next week.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, let's go to California right now. Yesterday, he had his feet in the sand. Now I'm guessing he's put shoes on. Let's go to Greg Simmons live.
Sunscreen, too.
Yeah, let's go to Greg Simmons live at Cowboys camp. Greg.
Firmly on the ground here at the Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California. Behind me, they're getting ready for their second practice of the day. It'll be a walkthrough that we're not allowed to watch, by the way. But when we come back, the Dallas D is much maligned. In particular, so is Jalen Smith. He will answer his critics when we come back. And Aaron Rodgers reports for his training camp shock coming up.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our live coverage of the Dallas Cowboys training camp here in Oxnard, California. The players had the day off yesterday, back at work today, and tomorrow will be their first day in pads. And look who's out on the field today. Safety Malik Hooker, who has been through the COVID protocol to get into camp, and now he's on the roster and on the field after the Cowboys place Mitch Hyatt on injured reserve. While the Cowboys are adding on, linebacker Jalen Smith is hoping to just hang on. He finds himself in a fight for playing time thanks to the Dallas draft that was heavy on defense, starting with the number 1 pick, Micah Parsons, who can play both linebacker and defensive end. After the worst season of his career, Smith is ready to answer his critics.
I don't care who you are, you're going to have criticism. Michael Jordan had criticism. LeBron James, the best players in the world, have criticism. It's just a part of the game. But you got to control what you can control. And for me, it's just focused on my development and becoming a better player.
As a team, the Dallas defense is coming off its worst season in franchise history. Does that serve as internal motivation to make amends for the poor performance?
We can't be the problem, as to why this team doesn't succeed. And we know that, and we're working towards that. It's just about work. It's about our work every day. And that's kind of what we're focused on. We're together as a team, as a unit, and then that's what matters.
And look who reported to the Packers training camp today. Disgruntled quarterback Aaron Rodgers already turned down an extension that would have made him the highest paid player in the NFL. Part of an agreement to get Rodgers to report was voiding the final year of his contract in 2023, according to ESPN. For Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy, he coached the Packers from 2006 to 2018, including the Super Bowl win in 2010. He's just happy to see him back.
I think it's great. I think it's great for him. I think it's great for the club. I'm very hopeful Aaron gets to finish his time up there. I mean, he's done so many great things in his time up there. So I was glad to see, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I was glad to see that it's working out.
The U.S. women's gymnastics team had to settle for silver behind the Russian Olympic Committee, who won gold after star Simone Biles had to withdraw due to mental issues that came to light after her first vault. Did not want to put herself and her team in danger. Coming up at 6, we'll visit with the Cowboys' #1 draft pick, Micah Parsons. See you then. Live from California, Greg Simmons, KSAT 12 Sports.
All right, Greg. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Got some breaking new developments amid the rise in coronavirus cases. University Health announcing it will return to COVID-19 visitor restrictions starting tomorrow morning.
University Hospital will not allow visitors unless they are deemed necessary to the patient's care. Some of those exceptions include 1 to 2 parents for pediatric and neonatal intensive care unit patients, or 2 support people for the critically ill.
University says visitors must be 14 years or older and meet screening criteria. All visitors must wear a mask at all times. From David Lee, Emilio, and Selena, tonight's KSAT Explains live stream all about the rise and influence of Tejano music. Tonight, we're hearing from several music efforts and take a look at the roots of the genre and its decline in popularity. It's on KSAT Explains.
This is tonight at 7 o'clock. You can stream the show on KSAT.com, the KSAT TV app, and on KSAT's Facebook page.
Weather-wise, tomorrow, a mixture of sun and clouds, mid-90s. Keep in mind, the average high is 96, and we're going to be close to that for the rest of the weekend, even on into the weekend. Notice a few rain chances on there. 20% tomorrow. A few disturbances could kick up a couple of showers in the afternoon, and then again as we get into next week. But it's been a quiet weather pattern, and for the most part, it's going to remain fairly quiet, just with a couple of those little exceptions. But we're not looking at triple digits, and we're not looking at any intense heat anytime soon.
Thank you, Adam, and thank you for watching the News at 5.
World News up next. See you back here at 6.